Alright, Beta 4.5 v3 has officially been released today, and as expected, there are several interesting changes that we need to go over. As always, all of the information in this video comes from a reliable source, Nanoka. In the previous video, we took a comprehensive look at the brand new playable path rumored for Honkai starrail version 5.x, as well as several SP characters that are expected to appear during that version. If you haven't watched that video yet, I highly recommend checking it out first. Today's focus, however, is all about Beta 4.5 v3. More specifically, we're finally taking a look at the changes that many players have been waiting for, Robin Summer and Aventurine Waveflair's latest adjustments. Yes, Beta v3 officially arrived today. And with this new beta version comes several noteworthy balance changes. So let's jump straight into the first character, Robin Summer. Overall, Robin only received a handful of adjustments in Beta 4.5 v3. Let's start with her ultimate. Her ultimate received a small buff. The 100% action advance and 20% energy regeneration for allies remain completely unchanged. What did change is the amount of vibes Robin gains whenever the special guest character attacks. Previously, she only generated one vibe from this interaction. Now, she gains 2 vibes instead. The next change affects her second trace. Previously, whenever Robin consumed 1 stack of groove, she restored a fixed 3 energy. Now, the effect has been changed so that she still restores 3 energy, but it's now treated as energy regeneration. That means this energy recovery can now benefit from energy regeneration rate. Next, let's move on to her eidolons. Out of all 6 eidolons, only 2 received changes. The first one is Eidolon 1. Its first effect remains exactly the same, increasing Robin Summer's maximum vibes by 20. However, the condition for gaining bonus vibes has been expanded. Previously, Robin only gained the additional 2 vibes when the designated ally used a skill. Now, that condition has been broadened significantly. As long as the targeted ally uses any ability, Robin will gain the additional vibes during that character's turn. That means basic attacks, skills, ultimates, follow-up attacks, and other abilities can now all trigger this effect. The final Robin change is Eidolon 6. The 20% all-type respen granted to the targeted ally remains unchanged. However, the old effects that increased the Memo Sprite skill multiplier and granted bonus crit damage upon entering fever have been completely replaced. The new effects are as follows. Robin Summer can now store up to 2 ultimate charges. In addition, the first time she enters the fever state, or at the start of every fever countdown turn during battle, she immediately regenerates 140 energy. Now let's move on to Aventurine Waveflair. Compared to Robin, Aventurine actually received far more changes in Beta v3. Let's start with his bonus stats. Previously, one of his bonus traces granted 12.5% def. That has now been replaced with 10% elation. The next change is his maximum energy. This is another buff. His maximum energy has been reduced from 140 down to 130. In other words, Aventurine will now be able to recharge and cast his ultimate more frequently. Next comes his ultimate. This also received a buff. The speed buff has been improved. Instead of increasing speed by 25% for 3 turns, it now grants 30% speed for 4 turns. That's both a stronger buff and a much longer duration. The next adjustment affects his technique. Its combat effects remain exactly the same. However, it now has one important quality of life improvement. If the technique fails to hit an enemy, it no longer consumes a technique point. Next up are his elation skills. Both versions received direct buffs. For the normal elation skill, every additional hit now deals 18% quantum elation damage instead of 15%. The enhanced elation skill received the exact same increase. Its regular additional hits have been buffed from 15% to 18% quantum elation damage. On top of that, Every bonus hit generated by consuming fervor has also increased from 15% to 18% quantum elation damage. Next is his second trace. This trace has been reworked. Now, Aventurine's elation skill is officially treated as a follow-up attack. That's a huge change because it opens up additional synergies with follow-up attack buffs and teammates. It should be especially valuable for mono-male follow-up compositions. Now let's move on to his eidolons. This time, 3 eidolons received adjustments. Starting with Eidolon 1. The 24% all-type respen remains unchanged. Previously, every time Aventurine reached 10 fervor, he could trigger his talent to activate an elation skill. Now, the talent has been enhanced. Whenever fervor reaches 10, 20, or 30, he immediately activates an elation skill. Next is Eidolon 2. Previously, it increased the maximum fervor limit to 50, while also granting 2 additional fervor whenever Aventurine used his skill, ultimate, or an elation skill. Now, the effect has changed. It still increases the fervor cap to 50. However, reaching 40 or 50 fervor will now also trigger his talent and automatically activate an elation skill. In addition, after using an elation skill, Aventurine now gains 4 extra fervor. This also means his skill and ultimate no longer grant the extra 2 fervor they used to. Finally, let's look at Eidolon 6. Previously, its effect activated after Aventurine used his ultimate. Now, the activation condition has changed. The effect is now triggered whenever Aventurine uses an elation skill instead. Overall, if we summarize everything introduced in Beta 4.5 v3, one thing stands out immediately. This is essentially an all-buff update. Neither Robin Summer nor Aventurine Waveflair received a single direct nerf. Robin's adjustments make her vibe generation much faster and her overall rotation significantly smoother. Meanwhile, Aventurine received buffs across nearly every part of his kit, with one of the biggest highlights being that his elation skill now officially counts as a follow-up attack. Personally, I'm really curious to see whether these buffs survive all the way until Beta V5, or if Hoyoverse decides to tone some of them down before the characters officially release. So what do you think about all of these changes? Are you satisfied with the buffs Robin Summer and Aventurine Waveflair received? Let me know your thoughts and analysis down in the comments below. And with that, we've reached the end of today's discussion. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow Honkai starrail players so they don't miss any of the latest updates. As always, your support through likes and subscribes means a lot and helps this channel continue creating informative content in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next discussion.